Welcome to 1172 Wilson Street. We are at ECS Coffee Ancaster, and today we are taking a look at the Saeco Incanto. It is in standby right now. We turn the switch on the back on, and it's just going to take a second to heat up there. Like any good super auto, it's going to do a little rinse for us, which is why we have this here. We can adjust our spigots to get a little bit lower. And while it's heating up, we can take a look at the machine itself. So over here we have a 250 gram bean hopper, a bypass chute for coffee, and the grinder adjustment for 5 different grinder settings. All right, here we go, rinsing, rinsing, rinsing. And rinsed. And just in case we missed any of that at the beginning, it is a 250 gram bean hopper, a bypass chute for ground coffee, and adjustable grinder mechanism that has 5 different grind settings. On the other side, we have a removable, refillable 1.8 liter water reservoir. And this machine also functions with the AquaClean filter. It allows you to make 5,000 cups of coffee before actually doing a descale. All right. Also, if you take a look at the display, you can see the status on your AquaClean filter. I should have done this first, but Saeco is one of the companies where you can actually remove the brew group for manual cleaning. It saves you a little bit of money in terms of cleaning products. Additionally, the grinder for this machine has ceramic burrs, and that's one thing that sets Saeco apart from Jura and DeLonghi and a lot of other companies. All right, we also have the ability to make 4 drinks with this machine. So we are looking at espresso, espresso lungo, milk froth, and water. In terms of our settings, we have 5 different adjustable settings for the intensity of the coffee. In addition, we also have the pre-ground coffee setting for using the bypass chute. And so it's pretty much extra mild, mild, medium, strong, and extra strong. Whenever you adjust the strength of the coffee, you're going to do it in advance of making your beverage. All right. So nobody likes a weak coffee. Let's just pump this up all the way to 10. Or technically 5. Let's just pump this up all the way to 5. And let's get started with making an espresso. So we preset our strength all the way to max. And now we're going to do just a regular espresso. So this is a bean to cup machine. You are pressing one button to be able to get the beverage that you want, unless you include the selection of the coffee strength that you want. And we do have adjustable spigots as well to make sure that if you're making an espresso, you don't lose much heat from the shot itself. There we are. A couple of the different settings on this machine as well are temperature as well. So you can change the temperature on the machine from low, medium, or high. All right. We're using Trucillo Red Bar in this machine right now. You can see that the shot has a really nice amount of crema in it. We have this programmed out to 1.5 ounces right now. You can set your espresso to be longer or shorter. All you have to do is just hold the button down during extraction until it starts flashing, and then give it a second press once you reach your desired volume, and the machine will remember your ideal settings. All right. If you wanted to make that shot of espresso into an Americano, you could add hot water, or you could use hot water first and then pull your espresso on top of that hot water. We should now make a milk-based beverage to show you the Panarello wand in action. So whenever I make a latte or a cappuccino or anything like that, I always do like to make my espresso first. So that said, we will leave it at max strength and press espresso. There we are. And in the meantime, we'll gather our milk and our jug. So to make a latte with this machine, you need to extract your coffee first, and then we're going to use the Panerella wand to steam milk. There is a bit of a delay in steaming milk. The machine just needs to come up to temperature from making coffee to being able to steam milk. All right, that said, I do like to purge a steam wand before I start using it, just to get rid of anything that could be in the Panerella wand, also just to get it hot as well. So you'll notice here that it is actually bringing up the temp for steaming. The other thing that you'll hear is a chugging with the machine as it's starting to get up to temp for steaming. Ideally, now that our steam wand is ready to go, and you've purged anything that might be inside it, just make sure that you have your jug all ready underneath there. The Panerella wand gives you pretty easy steaming. All you have to do is make sure that it is submerged underneath the surface of the milk. You can get a little bit of texturing going on here by just adjusting the height, by just adjusting the distance between the steam wand and the milk, the surface of the milk. It does tend to give you more of a cappuccino than a latte, but you can sink your steam wand a little bit too. Create a little less aeration. And to turn off the steam wand, what you're going to do is just press the aroma or the strength button. Once you can, if you can get a little close up, there is a check mark here that shows you just being able to turn that off. All right. And then as soon as you're finished using the steam wand, it's a good idea to wipe it down with a wet rag. Ideally, if you can, purge it as well. And this is going to make us a beautiful cappuccino. Maybe a little bit too bubbly to make any latte art. But we got a heart or an apple core. Whatever you choose to see. It's kind of like a Rorschach. All right. And we can just go into the menu settings as well. So we have coffee temperature, standby time for the machine turning off, your display contrast. Setting the water hardness is important because it tells you when you need to descale your machine. And it just gives you a little bit of information about your AquaClean filter and its stats. Your descale cycle, which is important for anyone that wants their machine to live a long and healthy life. And a factory reset, just in case you make the settings on your machine incredibly unpalatable. And back to coffee temp. There we go. Just like any good super auto, when we turn this thing off, it's going to give us a rinse. There we go. And now for the guts of the machine. Just behind this front panel, we have our catch for our spent pucks of espresso. There is also our drip tray for all of the water that is residual from using the steam wand and from extracting coffee. Additionally, we have our brew group. The brew group itself is removable, and it is recommended to clean this little guy. They say weekly, but the more you clean it, the better it is. Essentially, any good espresso machine is like a car, and it will need regular maintenance to last its longest. So, If you want a machine that'll make an espresso at the press of a button or a long espresso, you want to make a tasty Americano real quick or a cappuccino and you don't want to have to deal with one of those bulky jugs, then the Saeco Incanto is just right for you. If you want to leave any comments or questions below, just check out down there and click the link. Have a great day. Saeco Incanto.